Hey Christy, are you busy?
Kinda. I'm at work right now, but it's not too hectic. What's up?
I've been going through the cabinets and I can't find the milk.
The milk? I don't think your milk is in your cabinets. You use liquid milk, so the bottles must be in the fridge.
I'm not talking about my milk, dummy. I know you and my son only take powdered milk. So where is it? I can't find it in the cabinet.
What cabinet, Patty? Are you in our house?
Damn, you are so slow, aren't you? Of course I'm at your house. How else would I know that the milk isn't in your cabinet?
Well, I just wasn't expecting you today. Tristan didn't tell me you were coming.
Am I supposed to ask permission before coming to my son's house?
No, it's not that, but a heads up would have been nice. Besides, how do you even get in?
With my key. It's how I always get in. Now, where is the milk?
We ran out of milk, okay? So we're yet to restock on that. Tell me though, what do you mean by always get in?
Seriously? Why are you acting like this is the first time I'm at your house?
Hold on. You've been coming into our house while Tristan and I are at work? Why would you do that?
I don't get this. Can't I come to relax here? Or do I need to fill out paperwork and cut through red tape before I can spend time in my son's house?
That's not what I'm saying, and you know it. It's best to let us know so we can be prepared, that's all. Besides, what if something happens to you while you are alone in the house?
I don't have to explain anything to you. I guess I'll have to take these flakes like that.
Flakes? Why do you need that? You don't even like flakes.
Talking to you is like talking to a rock. Why else do you think I needed the milk? I have actually started taking flakes since the last time I came here and found nothing to eat but flakes. Anyway, since you don't have it, I'll do with something else in the kitchen.
My God, is this why a lot of things have been going missing in my house these past few months? I should have known this when Tristan was not interested in looking for them.
I just help myself to some food when I'm around, as any normal guest would. Why are you making a big deal out of it?
It's not a big deal, but Tristan and I have been having lots of arguments over these missing items. I wanted us to set up a camera, but he refused.
Why would he agree to that? You have been quite rude since we started this chat. Tristan will hear of your nasty behavior.
Christy, why were you rude to my mom?
I was? When?
You even called her a thief. How dare you?
I didn't do that, Tristan. We had some words, that is it. I never insulted her. Why would I do that?
I knew it. You never actually liked my mom in the first place. I shouldn't be surprised by this.
What do you mean?
You've never liked her coming over to our place. It's as if you hate her. And you wonder why I don't tell you these things.
Tristan, she's your mother. I would never stop her from coming to our house. It's just that her visits are not something I look forward to. You know how bossy she can be. The other day, she tried to make me stay home from work just so I could give her a foot massage. Before that, she bought 3 blenders for her friends and charged them to my credit card without even telling me. As if that wasn't enough, she tried to make me deliver them myself to their respective destinations.
Seriously, all you know how to do is complain. My mother loves you, you know that. Why are you being so strung up? Now my mom is home by herself crying because you hurt her. Why don't you ever do as she asks?
You're not even listening to what I'm saying, are you? When it comes to your mother, you never listen to a word I say.
She's my mother, and you're the one trying to come between us.
I'm your wife, and I'm not trying to come between you guys. I'm just saying that from time to time, a heads up would be nice. I don't like being kept in the dark, and I am pretty sure that you wouldn't like it if people spent your money without your permission. Anyway, I'm more careful with my card now, so it won't happen again.
My mother is more important than your petty likes and dislikes. Honestly, I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, that is obvious now. Can we talk about something else? When will you be coming back home?
I'll be late. Mom left the house a few minutes ago, so I have to go spend some time with her, seeing as someone made her mad for some dumb reason.
Okay, just don't stay out too late.
Whatever. Talk to you later.
Christy, are you busy? I need a favor.
What's up?
My house is getting kind of old, you know?
It is? Tristan and I were there 3 months ago, and it still looks very nice. Everything is in good shape.
Well, almost everyone in the neighborhood is renovating their houses. Compared to theirs, my house looks old and decrepit.
Those people probably have a good reason for renovating their houses. Anyway, you can slap some paint on it and it'll be as good as new.
I don't want to slap some paint on it. I want to renovate it.
Patty, renovation is a big thing and it costs a lot of money. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I need financial assistance for this.
Okay then. Later tonight I'll have a chat with Tristan and we'll see how much we can chip in to support you.
Chip in? What do you mean by that?
I mean that we are happy to support you to the best of our ability. Between the two of us, we can raise at least a quarter of the renovation costs.
A quarter? Christy, I need you to fund the entire renovation.
Me? Where would I see such an amount of money?
Come on, I know you have it. I saw your bank statement. You have nothing less than $100,000 sitting in your account.
My bank statement? How did you even find it? I don't leave such things lying around. Did you go through my things? Why would you do that?
Don't change the subject. You're going to renovate my house for me, and that is final.
Patty, you can't make me do that. You don't even know what the money's for.
All I know is that my house will be renovated. You'll see. I'm done with this conversation.
Patty, come back. Patty.
Christy, what is this I'm hearing from my mom?
What did you hear?
Is it true you have money I don't know about? How do you have over $100,000 and you kept it from me?
Wow. So, Patty told you.
Was she supposed to keep such a thing to herself? Where did that money come from? Did you commit a crime or something?
My God. How can you think such a thing of me? That money belongs to my sister. It's her share of our inheritance and I'm the one holding on to it for her until she comes of age. From there, I pay for her tuition, and you know she has a heart condition. Money for her upkeep also comes from there.
Wow.
So you see why the money can't be touched? My sister needs it.
Is this why you refuse to help out my mom when she's in need? You just have to take out only a little. Before the money runs out, we'll return it. Why is that so difficult?
No, I can't do that. From taking only a little, we'll find ourselves taking more and more until the money runs out. You know we won't be able to afford her tuition and medical expenses. So that money is going nowhere.
You're just being stubborn and selfish, you know. My mom is in a state of need and you're the only one that can help her. And yet, you refuse to do so.
Tell me, Tristan, why does she need the renovation anyway? There is nothing wrong with her house. She's only doing it because her neighbors are doing it.
Do you want my mom to be a laughingstock in her neighborhood?
I'm still not touching the money.
You'll be funding the renovation, Christy. If not, be ready to sign divorce papers.
What? Is this a threat?
I just can't be with someone who has no regard for my mom. So you do this or you and I are over.
You're really serious about this?
If you want to stay married to me, you know what to do.
Hey, Christy, love, how are you doing?
I've been holding up. What about you?
Well, I'm covered in dust and debris from head to toe, lol.
Why? Did something happen?
Well, it's the renovation I told you about. My house has been torn down and the contractors are waiting for their deposit before they begin work. So, can you send the money? Let's get the show on the road.
What money?
Are we going through this again? I don't have the time, you dummy.
I have no business with you and your renovation. It's no longer my problem. I can see Tristan is yet to tell you, but we're getting a divorce.
A divorce? Why?
So many obvious reasons, and the fact that I called his bluff.
This doesn't make any sense. You can't divorce him. What about my house? Without the deposit, these guys won't work on it.
That is not my problem, Patty. I didn't tell you to tear down your house. Right from the start, I made it clear I wasn't going to put a penny into the project.
So, what do I do now?
Well, I'll leave that to you and your son to figure out.
Christy, did you have to go and tell my mom about the divorce?
You and I are no longer together. Why are you keeping it from her?
I was giving you time to change your mind.
Change my mind? Why would I want to do that?
See, I didn't mean what I said when I threatened to divorce you. You don't have to do this. You know how these things are. Why would you take it so seriously?
Actually, the threat opened my eyes, and I saw clearly for the first time what you and your mom have been putting me through. I've had to endure so much from the two of you, and it's been draining me. It's clear you both don't value me, and the best option was to leave.
Don't say that. I value you. You know that. Come back home, please. We can talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about, Tristan. You and I are done.
Okay, but can you at least pay for the renovation? It's the least you can do. My mother's already started it. Just fund it so the workers will begin the main work.
And still, it's all about what you can get from me. Just like I told your mother, there's nothing I'll be doing to help you. You both need to figure out this problem for yourself. I'm done. Goodbye, Tristan.
You can't just leave like that. Christy!
The divorce proceedings took about 3 months to be finalized, and after that, I was able to move on with my life. I took good care of my sister and made sure she didn't lack anything that had to do with her education or medical health. Last I heard of my ex, he and his mom were living together, and I wish them the best. I focused only on building myself and growing in my career. There was always so much for me to do that it was a bit difficult for me to socialize. However, 3 years later, I fell in love with a man who loved me to the moon and back. We'll be getting married next month. I'm grateful things worked out for me.
Hey, you piece of filth. I'm not paying you to create more messes here. You better clean this entire place up after we close up tonight. I want this place spotless. If I so much as see a single bit of dust in our restaurant tomorrow, you're not gonna like what's coming for you. Do you hear me?
Wait, again? You want me to work overtime again?
That's exactly what I said. You better stay behind and clean all of this. And don't go expecting me to pay you for it either. You should be happy that I even hired you.
But I only just started working here a week ago. I haven't learned the ropes yet.
Who do you think you are to talk back to me like that? Huh?
Exactly. You hired us to work for you. So you should be taking care of us. Not treating us like this. It wasn't written in the contract that I'd be working overtime for free anyway.
Look, darling, just shut it. Do you want to lose your job,
Are you threatening to fire me just because I gave you my opinion on something? Since when can you fire people for expressing themselves?
Didn't I tell you that I make the rules around here? Look, quit talking back to me. You're in charge of cleaning out the inventory today. And don't forget to work on the purchase orders too. You got that, woman?
What? That's your job. You're in charge of the work related to inventory and ordering. Why don't you do it?
How many times do I need to tell you? I make the rules around here. So if I tell you to do one thing, all you gotta do is do it. Don't make me say it again. Now get to work.
How can you say that? This entire workplace is crazy and everything here is so wrong. You can't treat people this way.
Ugh. Looks like I'm gonna have to waste some energy trying to get into your thick head about how things work around here. Rule number 1. Don't talk back to me. Rule number 2. If you want to keep this job, do what I say. See? How simple was that? I made it easy for you and narrowed it down to 2 simple rules. Just 2. Now, that can't be difficult to follow, right, sweetie?
Oh, you make me want to vomit. Morning, Heather. I heard about what happened yesterday between you and Kevin. I hope you're okay there. Morning, Natalie. Oh boy. It was awful, I tell you. How did you manage with all the inventory stuff yesterday? You need help? Yeah, thanks for the offer. But yeah, I did it all yesterday. It's done now. Oh boy. I heard that he told you to do the purchase orders too. How did that go? Let me know if you need any help, okay? I'm always here for you. Oh, thanks, Natalie. I appreciate it. But yeah, I managed to get that done too. I can't believe he made me do it when I've never done either of those things before. Honestly, for the most part, I had to look online to see how to do everything. And then I had to keep asking other people for help. But understandably, they didn't know much since they're not used to taking care of these things either. This is Kevin's job, not ours. It's so unfair. Well, I know. It's really not fair to you, is it? But I have to say, I'm checking the system now, and it looks pretty perfect to me. I've done it a few times before, so I can tell what looks right and what doesn't. And yeah, as far as I can tell, this looks really good. Well done. You should definitely give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, but there's something I should warn you about, I guess. And I really hate to say this. Oh no, what is it? Well, Kevin has this thing. Thing? What do you mean by thing? Well, what I mean is that Kevin has this thing for people, especially newbies who can do the work better than him. He hates them. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably because he has some kind of inferiority complex. But when he finds anyone who's more competent than he is, he basically bullies them. He tends to harass them into doing things like what he did to you. What? No way. He can't do that. I can report him for workplace harassment. Oh, I wish he would. I'm too scared, and plus I really need to hang on to this job, so there's no way I could ever risk it. But there's been a lot of other people in the past who've tried to go against him. They all ended up being fired. I would hate to see you be the next one if I'm honest. So maybe you should stay out of it. But you're probably more qualified than me, so I'm sure you can find other jobs easily. No, I'm sure I'm not. I just can't believe how horrible he is as a manager, though. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I didn't know if I told you this before, but the reason why I need this job so desperately is because of my family. What do you mean? Well, I lost my parents when I was only 10 years old, and so I've been taking care of my younger sister ever since. We didn't exactly get along with our foster parents, so I left the house as soon as I turned 18 and when my sister was 16. I got a tiny apartment and swore to make it the best home for us. And I promised to provide for her so that she can graduate high school and go to college. Unlike me. I just couldn't get through high school myself, so I dropped out halfway. I'm a high school dropout. Oh, I didn't know about that. Well, yeah. So you can imagine no one would want to hire me, right? I'm lucky enough that Kevin hired me to work here. Which means I'm pretty much controlled by him now. He practically has me on a string. I hate it, but what can I do? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. If it's worth anything, my dad dropped out of high school too when he was young. It was pretty hard on him to make that choice too, but he said he wanted to provide for his family. So I kind of understand a bit about what you must be going through. Oh wow, your father really? Yeah. And because of that, I was made fun of at one point in both middle school and high school, actually. But I just sucked it up and I took one for the family. I just became numb to it eventually. And my dad is a wonderful dad, so it didn't matter what anyone else said, so long as I knew the truth about how great he is. Oh, wow. Your dad sounds like a great person. He is, definitely. He worked really hard and made his way up in the corporate world, too. So I've seen how he dealt with big bullies since there are a lot of them in his industry. And I learned a lot from him that way. Grew thicker skin and everything, I guess. Oh, right. I had no idea. But when I was going through what I can probably call a dark time in my life, that's when I randomly came to eat at this restaurant. You know how we do the $5 set meals for lunch here? Yeah! Well, being broke most of the time, those huge meals helped me out so much back then. And that's when I came to love this place so much. Those meals aren't just cheap, they're pretty good and have more nutrition than other places. Oh yeah, I agree, they're so good. And I had no idea how much you loved this restaurant. My sister and I also came to this restaurant just for those meal deals too. Oh really? Coincidence? Yeah, I take my sister there for her birthday, because that's where she always wanted to eat. She loved it. Aw, that's so nice of you to do that for her. Yeah, and Kevin used to be nice back then. Or at least he was good at putting on an act like he was some welcoming restaurant manager. I really thought this restaurant was one of the best places to be. I also thought that too. That's why I applied to work here too. Yeah, and we both got hired. I never imagined I'd get hired here because of, of my academics or the lack of. But back then, Kevin would say really nice things to me. He said a high school diploma was just a piece of paper and my determination was what was really important. Oh, really? He said that? Wow. Yeah, he also said that all of the staff here were like his family and he would look out for me. Ha! Family. Yeah, he must have been a completely different person back then. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's so sad how things have changed. You know what? Talking to you about this only makes me that much more determined and motivated to make this a better workplace for all of us. I want to make this the best place to eat in this entire neighborhood like it used to be. Well, I support you there. It's great to see that at least someone else has the courage to say what you just said. I'm just too scared and worried. You mean about possibly losing your job? Yeah. Well, you just watch this space, Natalie. Watch me turn this place around like no one has before.
Were you the one who did the purchase orders this time?
Yes. You asked me to do it for you the other day.
Why on earth did you order 100 bottles of red wine from Chile?
Really? I don't remember. Did I do that?
Well, it says 100 on the order form.
Well, the alcohol part was already done, so I didn't change anything in that category.
Well, I guess it's not a huge issue.
Wait, what?
I'm just telling you that it's no big deal, really. Everyone makes mistakes at some point, eh?
Okay.
Just make sure you don't make the same mistake twice. 'Cause then you'll be in trouble.
Okay.
You never told me what you thought about my plate throwing skills. What did you think, huh? I'm pretty good at it, wouldn't you say?
Why? Give me one good reason as to why I deserved having those plates thrown at me like that. Don't you know that you cut my arms and face as well? You need to see the evidence. I have photos.
That's not my problem. You're the one who made an inadmissible error that cost us a lot of money. So in my books, you deserved it.
What error? Oh, wait a second. You're talking about those wines from Chile, aren't you? You try to kill me because of something I keep telling you that I did not do.
That was all you. Now you've got to pay for it.
But you said it was okay. Why the change of tone now?
Look, I'm a busy man over here. I don't have the time to waste reprimanding every single mistake that you guys make, okay? Do you realize how stressful this job is? And you're just here to make it worse. So give me a break, why don't you? Quit making a fuss over a couple of plates.
Right. That's it. I've had it with you. I'm gonna make it my personal mission to take you down.
Say that again, I dare you.
I said, I'm going to crush you.
You gotta be kidding me. I dare you. Oh, and before I forget to tell you, you're fired.
Heather, oh dear, is it true? Is it true that you've been fired? Are you okay? Yes, it just happened yesterday. That's his way of doing things around here, I guess. I'm okay, actually. In fact, I'm more than okay. I got over it pretty quickly. Oh, well, I guess that's good. But I hate myself for not being able to stop you from getting fired. I couldn't do anything. Again. No, don't worry. It's all him. You've always been nothing but nice to me and to all the other newbies who work there. If it weren't for you, I don't even know how I could have survived there as long as I did. I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. No, honestly, you have nothing to worry about. Natalie, are you there? I just heard that you were fired too. That's not true, right? That job meant everything to you. Hey, Heather. Yeah, but how did you find out? Never mind that. What happened? Tell me everything. Well, after you left, a new girl came to take over your position. She just happened to have gone to the same high school that I dropped out of. And coincidentally, she also has a tough family history. And she has to take care of her mother, who's bedbound? No. Don't tell me that you did something to protect her and then you got fired instead. Well, I guess you could say that. Well, what happened? Well, she made a mistake, and a big one at that. In fact, it was weird because she made the same mistake you made with the wine bottles from Chile. Remember? Yeah, I do remember that. So I just said it was my fault. I couldn't let her get fired when she just got the job. She probably needs the money more than I do so she can take care of her mother. But yeah, he just fired me right there on the spot. But you've worked there for the longest of all of us. You've worked there for the longest time. Yeah, just over 10 years. And he let go of you just like that? And he knows about you and your sister, right? He knows how much you needed this job, right? Yeah. Yeah, he called the both of us stupid. I hate him so much for that. But I'm so determined to get another job and keep saving up so that my sister can graduate from college. I'll do whatever it takes, I'm telling you. Oh, Natalie. This is Heather, if you remember. You fired me about a week ago.
Oh, who do we have here? Oh, the idiot who thinks she can crush me. How's life since I fired you, huh? Are you having fun? What do you want, anyway? I ain't giving you your job back if that's what you were expecting.
Actually, I'm just saying hello as the new owner of this restaurant.
Huh?
My father, who happens to own this restaurant, had me take it over.
What the hell is this nonsense? Quit wasting my time.
Oh, you don't believe me? Okay, well then maybe I'll have my father have a word with you in person then. You know, Ted Bills, right?
Mr. Bills. He is the owner here, but wait. You're Heather Bills? No, that can't be right. You're his daughter. Why? What were you doing working at my restaurant then? What did you do that for?
Well, my father had intended on retiring this month. So prior to taking over his role, it was my duty to inspect the restaurant disguised as a waitress. And what better way to find out what really goes on there besides actually working there, right? Unfortunately, I found so many problems during my inspection that need to be addressed. What I mean is that a restructuring will take place sooner or later, so be prepared.
What? No. This must be some kind of joke.
Well, think what you like, Kevin. Quite frankly, I don't have time to be wasting on you. Oh, and before I forget, I know all about your embezzlements and wrongdoings that took place in this restaurant.
No, wait. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain it to me?
Oh, are you asking me for my time now? Look, for instance, the purchase order for the 100 bottles of wine. Why aren't they in stock? You ordered 100 by accident, didn't you? Where are they?
Well, that error was fixed. I fixed it. I fixed it for you.
For me?
Right, I mean, you made that mistake, right? Not me. In fact, you owe me one, right?
Oh. What exactly do you mean by that, Kevin?
Well, it cost me $30,000 to fix that problem you made. So I can settle with that amount, and if you wired the money to me, I'd be more than happy to just call it fair and square.
Huh. The audacity that you have to ask me for $30,000 for the mess you made? Wow. In your dreams. And speaking of dreams, you'd better try to get some good dreams in now. Because from here on out, it's all about the nightmares that'll be coming for you.
What do you mean by that?
Firstly, the fact that you threw several plates at me. That accounts for charges of assault and battery. Secondly, you injured me. As I told you before, I have plenty of evidence of the injuries. For that, you'll be charged for inflicting bodily injury. And last but not least, for deliberately causing human errors on account of your staff with the intent to resell wine bottles. Well, that's an embezzlement charge, isn't it? We have plenty of evidence to prove everything. You might as well just give in.
What do you know? You're no lawyer. You're no detective.
Oh, but I have strong ties with both the police and lawyers, thanks to my father.
I can't believe you got the cops involved. This is a business matter. If anything, it's a personal matter. Why, you little...
You abused your authority to intimidate and dismiss innocent workers at this restaurant. You've caused PTSD in some. You need to not only understand and sit in remorse for what you did, but to pay for the cost of the damages that you've caused everyone.
No. Well, wait a minute, okay? I admit the wine was me. Yep, that was me. Our business has been in the red for months. I just panicked. I acted out on a whim. I'm sorry, okay? Come on. And the plates? That was just for fun. It's just a bit of fun. Maybe I did cross the line a bit. But it wasn't that bad, was it?
Yes, it was. Oh, and before I forget, you're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm the boss here. I mean, you might own this place, but I run it. They need me here.
So how does it feel to be fired now, Kevin? After that, the cops went over to the restaurant to put Kevin in handcuffs. On top of the 3 charges I mentioned, he was also charged with coercion of unpaid overtime work. Don't worry, he's now legally obligated to pay everything he owes to me, Natalie, and all of the other workers he forced to work unpaid. Apparently, since Kevin had no previous criminal records, he's likely to be on parole. With the press camping outside his home, his debt mounting and interest accruing, he is in under an exorbitant amount of stress. It's hard to see him like this, but that won't stop me either. I'll make sure to expose him so that he sees the light of day so he can pay for what he did to all of us. Maybe he'll finally understand that what goes around will always, eventually, come around.